Hey, Tom Hawk here, and today I'm going to be showing you Call of the Ocean, my official demo track for Poseidon. So for this track, I focused mainly on using the sound design presets within Poseidon. So all of these are the sound design presets, except for these, which are the two different ensembles using the core articulations for the sustains and the wave motions as well for the end. Everything below here is other libraries that I've used to kind of fill out this track, as well as some of my own recordings down here. Let's take a look. We have a bunch of different things. In this intro section, you'll see, in this A section, you'll see that it's just Poseidon, nothing else. I have this ambient drone starting it off. This is one of the presets I made. As you can see, I don't have any mixing on this preset. It's just, this is how it is out of the box. And then I have this preset called Seashells, which I also made. Now I have a little bit of mixing in here, but if I turn the mixing off, it still has that kind of character. This track got really kind of busy in the mids, low mids, and that's why I've done these kind of EQs and have a bit of pan man to create movement. And then in this second half here, I have Stardust, and that's the mod wheel is kind of bringing in this really cool kind of white noise sound. And the only other thing really going on is these two patches, Exhalation and Caverns, kind of giving it this texture underneath everything. And I also have Elemental Rise, which is a transitional element. And then in this second section, we have a bit more development. I think I started it with this preset. I've actually narrowed the stereo field on this, so out of the box it sounds like this. Super wide, right? But I narrowed it because everything was sounding super wide, so yeah, I just narrowed it a little bit. Some of the other presets here. Swarm cluster. giant waves. Again, just narrowed the stereo field a bit. And then we have Forgotten Organ. This is a cool preset. Can't remember who made this one, but it's really cool. Low end, right? Really good. I think I've even mixed some of that out. No, I haven't. Okay. Yeah, and that's this section, and that's where we first get other layers, which are these. Okay, and then next section, we get introduced to these huge octave stabs. Absolutely huge. And then we have these other things going on, some of the rhythmic presets. That's cool. I've used exhalation as a transitional layer. Sounds a little bit like a wave, doesn't it? So just for a tiny bit of context of how this kind of track came together. So I kind of set myself this challenge of writing a piece of music that kind of showcased all aspects of the ocean. So I wanted it to start very calm, tranquil, ethereal, you know, that kind of beautiful part of the ocean. Then I wanted to transition into the power of the ocean and the slight kind of danger aspect of it, right? Which is in this kind of B section. And then in this section, when you get the huge octave stabs, that's when it kind of emphasizes the danger aspect of the ocean. You know, the power of the sea, the power of waves crashing against rocks, things like that. Then in this big section where that solo violin comes in with that kind of soaring melody, here I wanted it to feel like combining those two aspects, the beauty and the kind of raw power. That's what inspired this, and that's the kind of vision I had going into this track. Yeah, and then with the other layers, it sounds like this. The main strings here are from Dolce. I have other things layered, but focusing on the close mic and a bit of the AB. And that's it really. Yeah, all building to this big section that's coming. And then here I have my Saz that I recorded as well, which is, it just has a super cool character, I think. I don't know, I just wanted to add it in. I think it's a really cool layer with the strings. And everything's building to this big section here. Let's have a listen to everything that's Poseidon here. The main thing here are the two ensembles. And I'm pretty sure what's going on here is I have the close mic enabled and slightly panned to the left, and then this one I have it slightly panned to the right. You can hear that one's brighter. And then together they just have a really nice, and with those slightly panned close mics, it gives it a really nice wide stereo field. And with that, I have layered this preset, Mark the Spot, kind of acting as the low end. Also stereo field narrowed, as you can hear. Also, I think, pretty sure I EQ'd that out because I wanted the sub bass to kind of take over the low end there. Yeah, so it's more like a layer. Same with this. That one's layering the melody. A lot of mixing, crazy mixing on this one. Then I have that sandy pad from earlier, Stardust. And that's layering in to kind of give you the ocean waves. Like they're hitting the rocks, right? And that's basically what's going on there. We have some rhythmic stuff. I've done the same rhythmic preset as earlier, but I've narrowed the stereo field. Because now I have the big brass ensembles being wider, so not everything needs to be super wide. Everything else that's not Poseidon. Saz is kind of just doing this. A bunch of percussion. Again, stereo field narrowed a bit. We have sub bass. Here are all the ensemble strings. Choir also layering the brass chords. Then we have the melody played by 3 instruments. That's that section really, and then we build into this next section here. The main focus here are the waves. The waves are really awesome, and again I've got the same 2 ensembles, and what I'm doing is the same thing, right? Creating a really wide stereo field by panning the close mics. And then I have that pad layered as well. And then we have different types of waves. First, you have the flutter tongue waves. Then we change. And then right at the end, we have the longest wave, but I put this on separate tracks so that I could change the speed knob. So that's the really cool thing, is you can actually change the speed. So even if you get the longest wave, you can make it even longer. You could pull this all the way down and really drastically change the speed, or you can make it faster, all of that kind of stuff. So that's why I did it on a separate track. Within that, I just have the same 2 kind of breathy presets from the intro. I have the seashells pad from the beginning, layering the ending melody. Really subtle. And then at the end, everything else is kind of supporting it. You have sub bass. So there's everything that's not Poseidon. And that's it. I'm really happy with how this piece of music came together. Hope you found it useful. If you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments below, and see you in another video soon.